Hey guys, I'm Desi. Welcome to Desi's World. So the inspiration behind Ticking Clock, I wanted to take a somewhat serious topic for me and make it into like a really fun song, and like so fun that the meaning kind of is hidden in a way. It comes from a place of me and my relationships. When I'm dating people, there's like a time when I'm ready to give in emotionally, spiritually, physically, all these things. And nobody can tell you when you're ready, only you know. Your body and your intuition, your third eye, like really knows when it's the right time to give yourself to somebody. It's really important for me to listen to that body clock, and it's always on my time. So I'm like, yeah, I think I'm just kind of like a clock. And then I was like, you know what? Like, I think a lot of other people are like clocks too. Like, we're all kind of operating on our own time. And I'm like, I don't want to make it like a serious song though. Like, I want to make it something fun, something people can like relate to. So that's kind of where the song came from. And I'm like, Cartier, AP, Rolex, Patek Philippe. It's super catchy and brandy, but like the meaning is really deep and really important. Like, when you're putting in work to date somebody, like, you have to understand that person's clock and like when it goes off, and you have to understand your own clock more importantly. In the process of understanding my own clock, this song kind of came about. I do all of my producing myself. I make all of my beats myself. I use Logic. I made this beat on Logic, but ultimately everything was engineered on Pro Tools. For the beat, I really wanted it to reflect the vibe of the song. Not so much the serious meaning, but like the fun, happy, more surface level vibe. And I felt like to do that, a really nice, happy pop beat would be good. I wanted to reflect the sound of a ticking clock, because if you think about a clock, it goes like tick, tick, tick. And I love strings because I'm classically trained, so if anything has strings in it or resembles classical music, like, it just makes me feel really good. I took these strings, so the dun 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 is the part of the song to me that sounds like a dun 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 dun, like a clock kinda. I wanted to make a sound representation of something visual, if that makes sense. It's carried throughout the verses. And then to continue the strings, because I love strings, but to make it a little bit more rich for the chorus, I took violins and I had it play this beautiful melody, and it goes. And while that's playing this beautiful, rich violin vibe, I introduced the bass, which is like boom, 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 boom. And the bass kind of just rounds it out, because you have all these beautiful violins in like that middle area, the bass at the bottom, singing at the top. And there's so much going on, so much complexity within the strings that I don't want it to get lost. Definitely need something to carry it. So I have very simple, very sharp kind of pop percussion sound. So it goes like, I cannot beatbox for my life, but it's something like that. And then I'm like, okay, it needs a little bit more this vibe that I'm going for. It's very dreamy. It's very like dreamy pop, fun, angelic, and nothing screams angelic to me more than just like singing angels. And I layered this angelic kind of vocal loop where I went, so it's like, oh, the heavens, like, I don't know. But yeah, I think the combination just makes for a really enjoyable listening experience. One of the more meaningful lyrics to me in this song is the second verse, where it goes,
day done catching flight, have to know what's in your eyes, 'cause when everything is right, then I'll laugh on you all night.
Basically what I'm saying there is dinner dates, catching flights, like you can do all these things, buy all these things, whatever, but like what's in your eyes, you know, like that's what's more important to me. That's what really impresses me. Like, are you being truthful? Are you caring? Are you funny? Do you take care of me? Like, what are your intentions? When I really see that in your eyes and I really trust you, I really know where you're coming from and what it is you want from me, then I'll love on you all night, you know, then we can be together and like fully be together. Like, it's important in my personal life that I follow that message. And obviously the chorus where it goes,
Cartier,
I'm not just any clock, you know, like I am the clock. Like I am Rolex, I am. If anybody sings along to my song, they don't know it, but they're singing about self-worth. Like they're singing about, I'm a clock. I'm a nice clock. I'm an expensive clock. I am the clock. Anybody that wants to talk to me has to wait and be on my time. So really, really fun way of like pushing a positive message, which is listen to yourself, you know, like you know if you feel good about someone or not. You know if you're moving too fast or if you're moving too slow, and just like trust that body clock. A fun nugget from the song is that the verses actually sounded different up until the last minute, and then I accidentally recorded something and it changed the whole vibe and I kept it. Basically, it was supposed to be something like, every time the sunrise hits your face, you're so beautiful I have to face. Gone the next day left without a trace. Didn't even get to second base. It was supposed to be that. But then I was vibing out, like recordings were done, the mic was accidentally on, and I just did like a little da-da-da-da. So I went, you're so beautiful, I have to face.
every time the sunrise hits your face, you're so beautiful, I have to pace. Gone the next day left without a trace. Didn't even get to second base.
And I was like, oh my god, like that sounds so good, like I should keep that. So I kept it. So I just layered it. I kept the original and then I added this cute little da-da-da-da on top of it. And it really just like changed the whole vibe of the song. And I love it. And now when I listen to the song, like that sticks out to me as one of the best parts of the song. Because it was really just from my heart. Like it wasn't planned, it just came out so naturally. It was just a beautiful added bonus. So I'm happy about that. Last but certainly not least is the music video for Ticking Clock. This was probably one of the funniest things I've ever done. I did it with one of my best friends. I flew down to Fort Lauderdale. I told her my vision. I told her like how I kind of wanted it to look. And I was like, we don't have a camera, we have my phone. So we're gonna use my phone. Figured out there's a really good app for this. So I'm using a free app to get like the quality. I sent her an unreleased version of the song because the song wasn't even done. I didn't even know if I had the timing of mouthing the words perfect because the recordings weren't even done. So on her phone, she was playing the song. On my phone, she was recording it. So she's holding two phones. And then I'm like, you know, those really expensive cameras that like move in circles and stuff. I was like, can you like kind of like do that, but like with your body? So she's an angel. She literally ran in circles so that we could get all these like movement shots. It was so funny. I wish we had recorded her recording me. But we only had two phones, so we were using everything we could use. There was only two of us. People actually came outside of the apartment complex to watch us do this. So it was mortifying. Like, that was so embarrassing. But it was so funny. I had so much fun doing it, and she was such a good sport. When I'm texting like the heart, like my man or whatever, like I was texting my phone from her phone, but we had to record with another phone. So the phone that we were recording with was the one we were texting. We had to keep switching out phones and deleting messages if we like messed up the tape. The beautiful foliage and like the green area that I'm in for most of the video, that's actually like her apartment complex backyard. So nice for no reason. That's exactly the vibe I wanted, which was like bright, pop, fun, color, like how the song sounds to me, like is the way that it looks. We're filming this super nice kitchen. That was the community kitchen of her apartment complex. That's not like a private house or anything, even though it looks like it. We had this like super nice BMW. I think it's a BMW, I don't even know cars. A super nice blue car. Not our car. It was just a car in her parking lot. We didn't actually enter the car. We used a different car for the interior scene, but that was really funny. I was like, yo, film me walking up to this car. Honestly, had we not had her entire apartment complex, this video would not have worked. And for the date, like at the end when I'm in the black dress, it looks like I'm kind of like on this boat or like next to this private boat, but really we picked a restaurant that is next to all these private boats. And she was actually doing an influencer event that night where like she was taking pictures and showing up to this restaurant. The meal was completely comped, and I was just like, hey, like get some footage of me, like pretend we're on this really like bougie date, which we were on a bougie date. It took like one day. We did it all in one day. Like, and the editing, that was real. Like, I did this entire thing on iMovie. Hopefully you've seen my video editing skills progress through my music career. It was just a great experience overall, and it's like a memory that I will forever hold in my heart. So just want to shout out to my bestie. You're amazing. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
Cartier.